Right now on Hoosier News Source, we tell you all about the Little 500, the race, the winners, and the crowd.
And I have whether or not rain chances will return, as well as your dead week forecast. Hoosier News Source starts now.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Hoosier News Source. I'm Lauren Becker.
And I'm Laura Puglisi.
Sarah McCorkle has what's in store for weather this week. Sarah?
Thanks, Lauren. Temperatures have been warming up in Bloomington recently, but we have been getting some rain. Taking a look at Wednesday morning, we can see a low-pressure system moving through our area, bringing with it rain in other areas, but fortunately for us, we will not be getting rain in Bloomington. And temperatures will also cool down slightly on Wednesday, but heading into the weekend, temperatures will be warming up. On Friday, 64 degrees, partially sunny. On Saturday and Sunday, beautiful weather, sunny and 65 on Saturday and 67 on Sunday. So it's definitely going to be a beautiful weekend. So taking a look at this week as a whole, we can see on Wednesday, 59 degrees, partially sunny. And then we have some slight rain chances on Friday, 30% chance of rain. And a beautiful weekend, and heading into Tuesday, 74 degrees. So we can definitely expect some beautiful weather and warmer temperatures. So make sure to take a break from studying for finals and enjoy this beautiful weather. Lauren, Laura, back to you.
It's referred to as the greatest college weekend. The Little 500 men's race took place this past Saturday. I attended the race and give you all the details and emphasize the meaning behind this annual event. Take a look.
The Bill Armstrong Stadium attracted thousands of fans this past Saturday for the 68th annual Little 500 bike race.
Gentlemen, mount your Little 500 bicycles!
33 teams circled around the track 200 times in hopes to be the first team to cross the finish line. Around lap 128, Team Jet Black took the lead by about a half lap and held on to it for almost 40 laps. Beta Theta Pi looked as if it would take the win with 10 laps to go when the team took a little more than a straightaway lead on the pack. Excitement grew during the last 10 laps. It was not until turn 4 on the last lap when the Cutters team accelerated to top speed, passing the leaders of the pack, winning the Little 500. This will be Cutter's 13th victory for the men's race.
We got a legacy and we got a lot of alumni that put their hearts in the team, and it feels great.
Finishing close behind Cutters was Gray Goat, followed by the Black Key Bulls, taking third place. The race would not be possible without the Student Foundation working year-round to ensure an unforgettable race day. IUSF is the student branch of the IU Foundation, which is in charge of collecting donations from alumni. They set up everything for the Little 500. Senior member Matt Kaufman says the members of IUSF spend an estimated 8 hours a day for 1 week leading up to the race, transforming the Bill Armstrong Stadium into a bike track.
It's a lot of hard work and dedication, a lot of blood, sweat, and some tears, mostly happy tears, but it really is the culmination of a year's worth of work, and it's such a satisfying feeling to finally be here.
All of the money raised from the Little 500 will go towards student scholarships, which helps keep the Little 500 tradition alive.
Aside from the men's race, the 31st annual Women's Little 500 race took place Friday afternoon. Hoosier News Source reporter Andrew Lamparski has more on the close competition.
This year's Little 500 officially kicked off on Friday afternoon as 32 women's cycling teams took the track. In a close race, there was no clear winner until the very end. After 100 laps, Kappa Alpha Theta walked away with first place for the second time in a row.
We always expect to win just by the nature of being in this program, but I've been training for this moment since my freshman year. So to have that sense of catharsis by actually having that be realized is absolutely insane.
Brown, who was the first to cross the finish line, also acknowledged the amount of effort training for the race requires. Although the race only lasts for a couple hours, race preparations have gone on for much of the school year.
I'm here right in front of the finish line at the Women's Little 500 race. Both racers and the IU Student Foundation have been preparing for this moment for months.
You try to describe it and people are like, wait, what? Like, people do a bike race and you're like, and they're like, is it like amateurs? And you're like, not really. Like, they train all year round.
We tried to do the math on how much time we put into this, but that doesn't really encapsulate how much effort and heart all of these girls put in.
Blackwell, the IUSF president, says she's proud of the efforts made by members to put the weekend's events together.
It's so much work, honestly, but my entire steering committee works so hard all year round to make sure that this happens. Our staff at the IU Student Foundation are all amazing.
And now, planning for next year's Little 500 will begin in the coming weeks. For Hoosier News Source, I'm Andrew Lamparski.
The top 5 from the race included Delta Gamma Teeter, Alpha Chi Omega, and Melanzana. Congratulations to all of the teams and riders who participated in this year's race.
For the Cutters and Theta bike riders, this is a weekend they will remember forever. But 102 other people will not have the same sweet memories. The total arrest and citation count for the Little 5 weekend is 102, which is actually less than last year's total of 151. The number of minor offense tickets this year was so low, staff of the prosecutor's office say there may not be a reason to run the annual special pretrial diversion program in the future.
Most IU students know to be alert when they get a call from IU Notify, but most don't know what kind of danger constitutes an IU alert. The IU Notify system alerts students and employees by cell phone, landline phone, and email to immediate dangers on campus. Those alerts include things like severe weather, hostile intruders, unsolved robberies, and sexual assaults. IU classifies an emergency as an ongoing situation involving death, serious injury, or threat of death or serious injury, significant damage to university facilities, property, and data, or disruption of university operations. Mark Brunn, the Associate VP for Public Safety and Institutional Assurance, said, on one hand, the decision to issue an IU Notify emergency alert, even if it means waking up many people and their loved ones, is simple. It's the right call to help students and employees avoid injuries or worse resulting from an immediate threat. On the other hand, it's complicated. IU has initiated an internal review process that now occurs within a day of a notification to review if the alert was handed appropriately. To find out more about IU Notify, email iunotify@iu.edu. Coming up, we'll tell you how the Hoosiers did in sports this week.
Plus, we tell you what's going on around the world.
These stories and more coming up. Stay with us.
And it's an honor to be here.
After suffering a season-ending injury in late March,
As you can see behind me, welcome back. World News reporter Courtney Sisk is here with the latest lowdown. Courtney?
Thanks, Lauren. Kim Jong-un announced North Korea will halt all nuclear and missile tests amid White House negotiations. President Trump says there is still a lot of work to be done regarding North Korea, and only time will tell if this is just a PR stunt by Kim Jong-un. The two leaders say they plan to meet within the next several weeks, which would be the first meeting of its kind between a North Korean leader and current U.S. president. The kind of lettuce you buy may be contaminated with E. coli. The FDA urges anyone with romaine lettuce to throw it out, as there is a dangerous nationwide outbreak linked to the lettuce. The specific E. coli strain contains a toxin that can enter the bloodstream and cause kidney failure. The FDA is continuing to search for the origin of this outbreak. And ISIS claimed responsibility for a deadly attack at a Kabul voting center. 57 are dead and more than 100 injured after a suicide bomb detonated at the voter registration center in Afghanistan. Passports and photographs were left covered in blood, as well as damaged vehicles. The area is heavily populated with Shia Muslim minority, which the Islamic State targeted in the past. That's all for this week in world news. Lauren, Laura, back to you.
Thanks, Courtney. The Hoosiers were back in action in sports this weekend. IUS-TV sports reporter Joe Cantor joins us with some updates. Joe?
Thanks, guys. The IU baseball team had won 8 games in a row heading into the weekend, and the Hoosiers would make that 9. Taking that opening game against Ohio State 4-0 thanks to Matt Gorski's 2 hits and 2 runs scored. He drove in a run as well. The Hoosiers would drop the next 2 of the series, however. They'll next be in action when they take on Purdue on Wednesday. Switching diamonds over to the softball team now, the Hoosiers swept the Penn State Nittany Lions to advance to 13-2 in Big Ten play, just 1 game back of perennial power Michigan. The series belonged to Maddie Westmoreland, who racked up 9 RBIs over the weekend. Tara Traynor just continues to blow the doors off opposing teams, winning every single game of the series, notching her 12th, 13th, and 14th wins of the season. Laura and Lauren, thanks, and back to you.
Well, thanks, Joe. This is our last episode of Hoosier News Source for this year, and we are very excited to announce someone who is going to be very important in the coming weeks and months. Drum roll, please. Courtney Sis! Come on in!
Hello,
Courtney will be our news director for next year. She's going to be overseeing both Hoosier News Source and What's Up Weekly. She'll be taking over my job.
Oh, we're gonna miss you.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna miss IUS TV for sure.
It's been a long ride, but we are very excited for you to take over. And we're excited to see what you do. I will be watching.
Oh, yeah. I'll be watching for sure too.
Good.
So.
I'm very excited. I have a lot planned, so I'm excited to see what comes of it all.
Yeah,
so
Courtney's a senior in the media school. And since this is the last show of the year, for the last time, I'm Laura Puglisi.
And for the last time, I'm Lauren Becker.
That's all we have for you this week, but tune in next year. Thanks for watching.